Hey, and welcome to the cafe. So today I thought we'd mess around and do a little paint sampler with some watercolors and mark making. This is a newer little set of watercolors for me, and I really love these. They're Graphite Colors by Kiratake. And here is the little swatch I made for this set so that you could see the colors in their darkest form and their lightest form, and then all the in-between shades you can get from this set. I've got this nice little ceramic dish here, and I've got everything activating. It looks like it could use a little bit more water. Spray it off camera here. And today we're just going to be working on a 9 by 12 inch piece of Canson watercolor, 140 pound cold pressed paper, okay? And then I've also got my little, this is a Master's Touch color. It's deep gold medium. I love the golds, the metallics on top of the graphites. I love it. Any watercolors that granulate, I really like. So these colors tend to appear to do that quite a bit. We're going to find out just how much. And then I've also just got a number 10 and a number 12 Artist Loft round brushes today, my little squirt bottle, a couple of paint rags over here, and some water. So let's go ahead and just graph out some of these colors. And why don't I put this in here where you can see it? We'll just put it right there. All right, so I'm starting with my bigger round, and I may grab other brushes if I need them. I want to do a pretty dark, I just want to have plenty of pigment. I don't necessarily want it to be too dark, like that's too dark. I want a lot of variations, so I'd like to have a little bit more water in some places than others. Pull some of that up. I'm thinking I'll just play some gentle music while I paint this out. I'm going to go ahead and pull my fan brush out here in order to spatter some water on these as they get a little bit drier. This one should be good to go here. Might even be okay to do this one as well. That one's still pretty wet. I think on this one I'll go ahead and add some of this purple color. They say what they are. Graphite red. They say what they are on the little paints, but they only give the number on this. So we'll go with number 230, this one. Ooh, that's dark. These are very pigmented, which I love. Go ahead and add some more water just to get a good blend out of these. I'm really happy to have cauliflowers and anything else that wants to arise from this. Got a paper towel here. Let's see if we can affect a change with the water droplets. So this watercolor is not responding well at all to that technique. But I am not going to give up. I'm still going to try to get a reaction here. They're extremely pigmented, and you know it can respond because we got all of this, so I might not have let that sit long enough. Every watercolor set I find is different when it comes to how they're going to behave, and the more pigmented ones really are a little bit more stubborn when it comes to techniques like that. So let's see what we have here. Ooh, that's like a really gorgeous Payne's gray color. So let's do a little area here with the blue and the brown. So these look pretty beautiful to me. I'm absolutely a bit out of practice with painting. It's been a little bit. I've been away from it for a bit. So I would like to take a little bit of this brown and add it into itself over the gold. Oh yeah, I like that. And I'd like to add a little bit of it here as well. Maybe into this more purplish color. Okay, I'll let all this dry and be back. This is pretty much dry, so it did bow my paper, but I never mind that. I just iron it after. It's not a problem for me. I don't mind at all. So I've got a few of my micron pens. I've got a 08, a brush pen, Graphic One, it's a little bit bigger of a nib, a 01, this is a real tiny nib, and then I've got my Signo Utiball white gel pen, and I'm really hoping it's not dried out. I bought a bunch of these and I didn't use them for a while, and the other ones dried out, so I'm really hoping that one works. I've just got a regular fine tip, fine point Sharpie. And then I have a couple pencils here. I've got a Stabilo black pencil, and then I've got a Derwent Inktense Antique White, just in case my Stabilo doesn't work. So I'm just going to be very random with my mark making and see what happens here. that's what I want to take, the 01 and the 08. I'll start with the 08 because it's bigger than the 01, but smaller than the Sharpie. I just want to add branches. I think it makes a huge difference to use different size pens. And as I was doing this one down here, I was thinking about it going, oh, and I got so far that I kind of blew it with that one, but that's okay. That's just, you know, when you put stuff down, it is like riding a bike. Artwork for me is a lot like riding a bike. There are lots of techniques that I remember and can pick right up again, but to refine them takes a little bit more doing. It's been a minute for me. I started my flooring business selling flooring, and I mentioned that before, and I thought I was going to be able to get back into my channel earlier than this. And it kind of got away from me. See the difference there? Isn't that really quite beautiful? And then we'll even go one smaller. And you know what? I just didn't prioritize it like I thought I could and wanted to. And so now it's actually been so painful to be away from the artwork that I just couldn't take it anymore. And if you've done a lot of artwork in your life, I'm sure you can relate. We're the kind of people that, you know, it's the same thing with hiking with me. If I stay out of the woods for too long, depression sets in and kind of takes over, and it's not fun, you know? So the artwork is definitely true. That same thing's very true for me with the artwork, and I've been feeling the pain of being away. So I want to kind of shift this. I'm hoping I am not seeing it. There it is. There's all that gold spatter. That's cool too. I like that just the way it is. Let's see if I could add some signal lines over here. Yeah, this pen is shot too. Oh, maybe it's gonna make a liar out of me. Please do. Please make a liar out of me. No, oh, you wanna, not very good. Nope. So my suggestion on these, because these are my absolute favorite and in my opinion the best gel pens when they're working. This one's not working so great. I wouldn't buy a bunch of them, and I store my pens upside down so that when the ink does go to the correct end, and it didn't matter. This is a really fun little way to draw these little lines with dots on the top randomly. It's a very good practice to be able to keep myself from being too uniform. So if you struggle with that, something like this is a really good idea to break yourself of that. I feel the need to break myself of it because it makes for boring art. That's why I don't like too much uniformity. It just makes for boring art, in my opinion. Things that look the same are just, Random is so much more interesting. So that's why I struggle. Okay, that's really fun. If I had my white gel pen working, I would fill in the dots with white and I'd probably do them all. Or I would fight myself from doing them all. So that's pretty cool. I want to heat up the tape real quick and then we'll pull it. And I like it. I love to mark, make, and do that kind of stuff. And this is one of my favorites. I'm not thrilled with that down there. I kind of wish I wouldn't have done that. I think less would have been more with the power lines and the spiral. I think it's pretty cool, kind of apocalyptic looking. And this, for me, kind of took away from it. But that's the beauty of doing small work like this, because then when you go to do a bigger piece, you know what works and what doesn't. Like all of these look too uniform. This looks far better. So you just learn little things like that. This pattern works much better on this narrower strip for me than it does here. So these are all just the little things that come up when you're doing artwork like this, and it's so great. Look at the coloring that happened out of it's like a Payne's gray, blue gray color, and then the brown, but look at all that gold, how the gold lit it up in there. Here's all the gold. It got really splotchy in spots just due to my being out of practice. So, it's okay. It's okay to get out of practice and then get back into things. And it's so nice to spend this time with you. And I am really wanting to do an art journal book. Let me grab it real quick. I want to show you and tell you kind of the direction I'm wanting to take. So I ended up buying a few of these books, and I am sorry, I don't even know. Okay, it's Artist Loft, which means it's Michael's, and it's probably sketchbook paper. It doesn't feel, it's definitely not watercolor paper, and it's not mixed media. It's pretty thin, but I'm going to go ahead and paint these up anyway. And then I've just got some wax paper in here, and I'll show you. I've got a couple pages that I've slopped in when I was painting other projects. And then this one I taped off to do kind of some kind of grid art with y'all. So yeah, and then look, we've just got pages and pages, and I really just wanna, I have a lot of acrylic paint and I've given a lot of it away, and I don't want to give any more away, and I don't want to throw any more away. So I really want to use this book to use up all of my old paints and get some ideas and inspiration flowing. This video today is very much inspired by this book, and I know it's hard to see. It's called Creative Abstract Watercolor, and it's by Kate Rebecca Leach. And I did have this for a while. I checked it out from the library. I saw some videos here on YouTube where a lot of artists are doing artwork because they're inspired by this book, and I couldn't agree more. I'm very inspired too. This is the piece in the book. I wish I had the actual book to show you, but I just don't. This is her kind of version of this, and I very much believe in pulling inspiration, of course, from sources, but then making it your own. So I hope you give this a shot. This is such a fun way to watercolor and mark make and doodle and just get your feet wet with all of it. So if you haven't yet subscribed, please do, and come on back and we'll do some more fun artwork. Have a great day. See ya.